국립중앙박물관.
안녕하십니까, the R.E.P입니다. Today we are at the famous museum, which is National Museum of Korea. Even learning to say the word Hangul. They even know about Taekwondo. Good thing they know about Taekwondo. Very nice to see that they even have children's books here. I guess this is some children's books I wish I had learned growing up. I wish I could at least just read them right now if I had the chance. After we saw some of those things in the exhibits inside the subway, we're now getting out. Apparently, I guess there will be more to this museum than just being inside. So after I just saw that little pond lake over there, we're going to start heading upstairs into another building because we're kind of on a little bit of a tight schedule today. We're not really going to be able to see a whole ton. Looks like we have some sort of event happening right now with those tents being up there. Oh, looks like I was right. There is an event happening. That right over there is the famous Namsan Tower, which I already had went to.
카메라 감독님도 분위기를 유념해서 촬영해 주시고요. 네.
수빈의 선생님들 저는 이쪽에 하우스를 운바란스만 간단히 체크를 할 거니까 모니터 안 되시는 분들은 꼭 말씀을 해주셔요. 네. 자, 시작해 줘 보세요. 모니터 안 되는 거는 얘기를 해주세요. 예, 선생님, 이쪽 하우스는 괜찮은데 혹시 모니터 좀
right here are a big time must-have, especially if you are sensitive. Well, it's definitely nice to be inside. That right there was actually a cultural tradition that they do. What you actually have to do is go through the security line, just kind of like at the airport, which is just over on that other end where I was just at. I got stopped by security saying that they may consider, because of me holding this camera, which I'm using right now, as a general rule of thumb, be mindful if you get stopped, especially because of like flash photography.
갈 때는 여기 김성재 어디 이거 김성재 송영 다 우리나라를 위해서 힘써주는 감사한 마음을 가져요. 여기는 걸어가 볼까? 또 있는데?
Korea was actually under Japanese rule and occupation, and so a lot of those faces who you saw were the ones who were fighting for liberation and trying to fight for the freedom for Korea. During the Korean War, they finally declared for their own independence. Definitely a lot of very rich history, and yes, fortunately, it is also tragic. I bet you they still claim to this day they did nothing wrong. Chunggun Sekwon, Medieval and Early Modern History Gallery. I'll be going offline for a little while because this is more of an area that's meant to just be respected history than trying to capture everything in pictures and videos.
보이십니까? 점 있죠? 선 위에 까만 점. 그 까만 점 신입니다. 그래서 이 대동여지선을 보면은 서울에서 양평까지 몇니까? 저 선 위에 있는 점수를 세면은 몇이라는 게 바로 나와요. 요즘 지도보다 더 뒤져갑니다.
Well, that's quite fascinating, and by the way, that right there is actually the security line that I told you about earlier ago. Although we didn't really have a whole lot of time to be in there because now I have to reroute because we're going somewhere else. So when I come to museums, I never really know what to see, what to read, because it just takes forever.
이촌역
Now that we have exited the subway, we're heading back up to the surface again. Right now, enjoying a course meal at a Chinese restaurant. This, you see people. Right, so here's what we got for our next course. This right here is shrimp kampungguk. 이건 탕수육. Part of this course meal is now on the last piece, jjajangmyeon.
진짜 알고 있는데 전문적으로 끼어버리고 식당도
맛있는군요. Now that we're done from the restaurants, and I was there for quite a while because I was having a conversation with some people. We're finally back at the museum. We're gonna now witness the performance that's gonna be happening. Probably after this performance, I think I want to probably just head back to the hotel. So many people here today now. So busy. I'm just glad we got back here at the right time before this performance starts.
저는 즐거운 관람의 시작입니다. 관람 중 발생할 수 있는 비상 상황 시 행동 요령을 안내해 드리겠습니다. 만약 공연 중 화재가 발생하면 당황하지 마시고 진행요원의 안내에 따라 움직여주세요. 대신 계단을 이용해 주시고 비상 상황 시 119에 신고해 주세요. 갑작스러운 지진이 느껴지면 먼저 가방, 소지품 등으로 머리를 보호해 주십시오. 흔들림이 멈추면 진행요원의 안내에 따라 진행하면 주위에 있는 진행요원에게 즉시 알려주세요. 신속하게 의료진의 도움을 받으실 수 있도록 안내해 드리겠습니다. 전통공연예술진흥재단은 모든 관람객 여러분이 안전하고 즐거운 시간을 보내실 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다. 즐거운 공연 관람 되세요. 감사합니다.
넘어가면 우리가 바람을 느끼면서 좀 체온이 떨어지는 경향이 있습니다. 지금 바람이 한 3m 되거든요. 북쪽에서 이쪽에서 바람이 이렇게 불어오고 있는데 이쯤 되면 김병천입니다. 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 오늘 정말 충청북도 충주에 사시는 할아버지가 이번 추석에 자녀들에게 국립중앙박물관에 많이 있습니다. 그래 여러분들이 이렇게 와주실 수 있어요. 왜냐하면 볼거리가 있고 또 자랑스럽게 우리 선조를 느낄 수가 있고 그리고 우리 명절에 전통이 있으니까 더더욱이 그렇죠. 우리 그래 속담에 그런 말이 있습니다. 부자가요
저이런 사바 세계 남서는 다 구조로다 해동은 대한민국 강내가 가져가 운한역이 중앙 국립박물관 공중사직 선산 서울이산 원근의 이별 상을 구도가가 상수
There is where the performance is happening. I had to get up, and now here I'm just trying to breathe for a minute because my ears hurt and my head hurts because after the shock waving of the big drums, old cultures like this come together, and I just don't know how they do it, but yet it's so fascinating to witness.
여기 제가 연탄불 밑에 넣을 테니까 이불 깔고 밤새도록 그냥 우리 한번 놀았으면 좋겠어요. 자, 참 대단하죠? 이게 대한민국입니다.
A little bit lightheaded right now, but I'm not like sick or I'm gonna throw up. As soon as the people were starting to gather, when they said, hey, let's all dance basically together, I was definitely feeling more on edge, and then it started getting louder and louder, and now I'm inside. It's a busy hallway down here, and a lot of people are like in and out, and I guess they're probably just trying to hurry on home, or they just want to go see exhibits. After the performance was over, I was also kind of being looked at in a way by the staff, one of the staff people, because I think wearing this. If you want to learn about cultural things and cultural music, then I say this is the place to come and learn about it all. Now that I'm back in the underground, I'm going to be heading back to my hotel to rest for a little bit and considering going back out again. Or maybe it's probably time for me to say enough is enough. After having a nice long decompressing break, we're going to do a little bit of some night walking and a night tour. There you see Sewoon Sanga, which is Maker City, Sewoon. Cheonggyecheon, which means Cheonggye Plaza.
세운 상가 청계 상가.
You know what's so funny is that since my accommodation is just right on the other side from both of these buildings, when I was watching, a lot of the dramas, because yes, I did watch a lot, before coming here. For those of you who remember the drama Vincenzo, starring Song Joong-ki and Jeon Yo-bin, believe it or not, this is actually the complex of where it is. Very quiet here, so it's not like the typical daytime hustle and bustle. Most of everyone here is closed, so we can't really go inside. I figured let's at least enjoy the view while we're walking around. But also, if we need to, we can switch this camera into infrared, but also, I got my flashlight handy. Revigio 3업 도갑 Cheonggyecheon 마이크. A roof garden, electronics museum, a pedestrian flyover, studio, and a baker cube. And then this is what they call Sewoon Square. This is a little robot here. Hey robot, you have a name?
너를 생각하면 웃음이 나는 걸 네 곁에 있을 때 행복한 걸 이 마음 가득한 사랑을 어떻게 전해야 할지 난 말아줘 내게 향한 이 마음을 말로 표현 못해도 내 눈빛으로 전해지길 사랑해
Isn't it so lovely or what?
나의 전부야.
This area is not really so much for like tourists to come and like take pictures and buy souvenirs. This is more of kind of like how people live and work, but also more for blue collar workers. Cheonggyecheon stream is right here. Here's what Cheonggyecheon looks like in the nighttime. Oh, so it looks like they got more to this area. Seoul and remember, we were just on that bridge and we just crossed this way, took a lap around, and we just came over here.
난 알아줘 내게 향한 이 마음을 말로 표현 못해도 내 눈빛으로 전해지길 사랑해 나의 전부야. 표현 못해도 내 눈빛으로 전해지길 사랑해 나의 전부야.
Both of the plazas and this next bridge that I'm standing on all basically connect together. And it's crazy to think that I'm literally standing right above a bridge in front of a busy street. Let's relive that very moment of that drama Vincenzo. Here's the proof. There you have it. Sadly, you really can't see it that well because it's dark. Got my flashlight here to show you. Also, we're gonna go check out Sewoon, see if it's any different, or see if it all just kind of feels the same.
우리 마음속 깊이 세종대왕의 꿈이 여기 피어있지 그 옛날부터 이어온 소중한 글 이제 우리 모두 함께 걸어갈길 하늘과 땅 그리고 사람 사이 줄줄이 연결된 우리는 한마음 우리가 자라나는 이 글자는 우리의 미래를 밝히는 등불이야 한글 한글 우리의 자랑 세계를 밝혀 우린 한 마음 우리의 역사 우리의 꿈 한글로 피어나는 아름다운 운명 한글 한글 빛나는 그날 우리 모두 함께 축하할 시간 영원히 이어질 소중한 글 한글의 날 우린 하나로 뭉쳐 모든 말 모든 생각 담을 수 있는 우리의 한글 너무나도 소중한 이제는 온 세상에 전할 때 한글의 힘 모두가 느낄 수 있게 우리의 목소리 우리의
There's a lot of history on this plaza and that architecture that you see.
한글 우리의 자랑 세계를 밝혀 우리는 마음 우리의 역사 우리의 꿈 한글로 피어나는 아름다운 운명 한글 한글 빛나는 그날 우리 모두 함께 축하할 시간 영원히 이어질 이어질 소중한 글 한글의 날 우린 하나로 뭉쳐 세종대왕의만 그 깊은 사랑 우리 모두의 자랑 우리 모두의 꿈 한글로 피어나는 그날의 빛 우리 모두 함께
I guess I didn't realize that there was a lot more to history of this plaza. Let's do another final lap and then let's call it for the night.
피어나는 아름다운 운명 한글 한글 빛나는 그날 우리 모두 함께 축하할 시간 영원히 이어질 소중한 글 한글의 날 우린 하나로 뭉쳐 한글로 피어나는 아름다운 운명 한글 한글 빛나는 그 운명 한글에 나는 그날의 빛 우리 모두 함께 기뻐해 이 순간 한글 한글 우리의 자랑 세계를 밝혀 우리는 마음 우리의 역사 우리의 꿈 한글로 피어나는 아름다운 운명 한글 한글 빛나는 그날 우리 모두 함께 축하할 시간 영원히 이어질 소중한 글 한글의 날 우린 하나로 뭉쳐 한글의 날 우리 모두의 기쁨 한글로 이어진 우리의 힘
세운 기술 서점
Sit down after all that walking and trying to just figure out this whole plaza. It has been a little bit gloomy here. What's something that still brought you joy, and what is something that made you feel better despite the weather?
청계천
This is also another spot where a lot of young people like to come here for their walks as well. And it's just nice to hear the peaceful stream right here in the heart of the city. Seoul makes it special for that reason. now that you have seen how Cheonggyecheon really is at the nighttime, this is definitely not a place to try to do any swimming or fishing of any kind. Cheonggyecheon Plaza. Here, this is all of Cheonggyecheon right here. All of this, and then here's Sewoon, and there's Cheonggye, and this is the river. Visiting the National Museum was definitely a nice experience. When I was stepping foot inside and just the vibe that I was feeling, it's definitely not really a place where you want to do recordings. It's just better for pictures only. As they say about flash photography. I was not uncomfortable when I got stopped, but I was kind of curious as to why I got stopped. And apparently they said that like I shouldn't really do this, but also just being mindful because flash photography and also standing out. So my advice to you, if you're planning to visit a museum, you could do some shots, probably best with your iPhone, but not really with camera unless you just want to take pictures. But just don't probably do flash photography because again, out of respect when you're in a museum. When the performance outside though was happening, I definitely really wish I had joined the crowd, but I was already at a breaking point because I was already having a headache because of just all the noise that was happening. Even though the performance was enjoyable and very exciting to witness, here's the other interesting parts. When following the nighttime, when I saw where it was in Seoul and Cheonggye and also Cheonggyecheon, this is where it became more interesting. Here's my hotel on this side, and then you have Sewoon Sanga and Cheonggye Sanga on this side. And after seeing both sides of Sewoon and Cheonggye, then you can get back onto the main road here and also the sidewalk. And then right here on this side, you have Cheonggyecheon right over here. Not to mention, you also have walkways that you can actually cross the river stepping on different rocks as you had seen when walking in the nighttime. Good experience to see what Cheonggyecheon is like both in the day and then in the nighttime. Now following within Cheonggyecheon, if you remember the previous time what it was like in Gwangjang-Shijiang, because literally here's my stay right here in Cheonggye and Sanga, and then Gwangjang-Shijiang was right over here on this end. And following from Gwangjang-Shijiang, then you have Dongdaemun. All within this area, you can literally just walk there. Because in Seoul, just about everything is walkable unless you'd rather hop in a taxi. Be on the lookout for Sewoon Sanga and Cheonggye Sanga, and this right here is basically what was known as the Gunga Plaza, for those of you who remember watching Vincenzo. I wasn't really thinking about where did this film take place at this place and that spot at that time. The better thing to appreciate is just what's in front of you. And the better things happen in front of you when you're not looking for it. I've been misread, underestimated, and left behind, but I stayed standing and I know who I am. I travel not to escape, but to expand, to listen deeper than words, to walk into unfamiliar streets with my head high and my instincts sharp. I carry more than a passport, a story, forged in trials, betrayals, and second chances. Where others saw a tourist, I became a witness. Where I felt overlooked, I learned to observe with care. I do not film for approval. I film to remember, honor quiet moments, and document truth with dignity. I know how it feels to be misunderstood, treated like an outsider, even at home. But I kept going, showing up, heart intact, and boundaries firm. I blend in not to hide, but to respect. I move carefully, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. I pack light, but never forget what I've carried inside. Not all scars are visible, and not all journeys are on maps. I vow to be the kind of traveler who doesn't just take from the world, but leaves behind moments of peace, curiosity, and humble strength. I face each day as a mission, not for perfection, but to walk forward as someone who knows, I've seen hell and I'm still standing. Wherever I go, I carry the light that saved me.